Cincinnati. Hey, we're back. For all you video listeners, we are back. For all you... I fucked that up already.
Video listeners. Yeah.
Video listeners.
Video viewers.
Video viewers. Viewers. We can just go with viewers. We don't have to put videos in there.
No.
Welcome to the show, guys. We already started the show, but the producer forgot to hit record on the video button. So
yeah, now
we're back for all you audio cunts that just listen to our show because you don't want to look at these pretty fucking faces. Well, you've been here the whole time, and you get the you got an incredible Kroger deal from Chris. All right, he was giving us all the coupon deals before you guys came.
I gave you one
because Black Friday's fucking here, guys.
You know what?
Black Friday.
If you're going to start off with that, I'm going to show you my frustration.
All right.
What the fuck does Black Friday mean anymore? The sales start last week. Black Friday sale.
Are you a traditionalist Black Friday fan or something?
No,
Who gives a shit?
I'm just saying, if there's going to be sales from now through Christmas, why call them anything? Just say big sale.
Yeah, fine. I get what you're saying, but that seems like such a Karen thing to give a fuck about in general. Like, who cares? You know, like that's a weird traditionalistic thing to like just put my foot down. I want Black Friday to be on Friday.
I want to go to Walmart and stand in line for 9 hours.
Now, I'll give you that. That part of it. Now, online Black Friday deals, guess what? They can start January 1st through fucking December 31st. I am cool. You know what I mean?
Like, buy cheap stuff,
fucking give me cheap shit. But that shit where you have to stand in fucking line, which retarded to begin with, all right? That was retarded when they opened up at 6 in the morning or 9 in the morning, whenever it was. But now that they're doing it on Thanksgiving and shit, that is fucking stupid. And I will agree with you and put my foot down on early Black Friday sales at stores. The shit should be at Friday fucking morning, 9 a.m. like every other. Don't make these fucking people work through the holidays.
Yeah.
Online deals, start them whenever the fuck you want because that doesn't really affect anyone. All right.
Nope.
The factory workers, they want the work. All right. Maybe get some overtime. But as far as making some asshole show up at Kohl's at 9 in the morning, now they have to show up on Thanksgiving at like 4 p.m.
when their family's eating dinner.
Like, hey, fuck your family. I'm going to go ahead and make you work at Kohl's for fucking
capitalism, my friend.
$13 an hour. Yeah, but there was no reason for it. I don't think they made more money by doing that. They started making it earlier, but you're going to still spend the same. You still have $600 you're going to spend on Christmas, right?
Well, I think they want as much of that $600 that the other stores can't have. If they get you in their store first, you get to spend that money.
Well, that's the problem is one asshole switched. One asshole came out and said...
Walmart.
Was it Walmart? Of course it was fucking Walmart.
It was Walmart.
Ruining our fucking country.
Yep, it was
They should do
Walmart.
it the old-fashioned way. Ruin our country through the internet. Well, that's the new-fashioned way. Either way, please just ruin the country. The country sucks.
Hey, so what we were talking about earlier, you audio listeners will hear this twice. Get Pussy came to me, and he wants to finish up this rivalry with Hairy Guy. If you remember, Hairy Guy got his chest waxed. Get Pussy got his head shaved. He got the Dean Jones.
Well, you're doing that indigestion dying thing again right now.
No, that was a swallowed wrong.
Oh, either way,
swallowed
you
wrong.
Die so much on this
But
show.
now these guys, or Get Pussy at least, wants to finish this, and the third punishment we decided is going to be an orange Donald Trump spray tan.
Spray tan. We're going fucking full Jersey Shore spray tan.
Face, neck, everything
everywhere.
that's going to be visible. Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to look like a golden raccoon when we're done with you.
And fucking Get Pussy
you're
saying,
gonna deserve
bring it on.
All right, yeah. So if you guys have any ideas, hit us up. We're going to come up with this very, very, very soon. Let's stop dicking around. We're going to get it soon. We're going to get Brennan here very, very soon. Maybe next week soon. And get this show fucking rocking.
Yeah, because I want to get this over with. I want to see one of those guys with a spray tan. And I just want to end this. Get Pussy's done with it. He wants to be reigning champion of the Hairy Guy GP saga.
Yeah, it's just a 3. We're not going best of 7.
No, one thing.
Yeah, that's it.
And it can't, just come up with ideas. I mean, last time they did a miniature golf thing. So come up with something like that.
We can have a tap out contest.
Like a fighting contest?
No, like where we do painful things to them until they tap. And then time it. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Like how long can you do the get hooked up to the machine? The Zap machine?
Or we could try to get another machine and we can have our trivia contest while being zapped. You have to buzz in. And when we're reading the question, we're zapping the fuck out of you.
Or your buzz in is the zap. You got to zap yourself to buzz in.
That could be a good one, too. But the problem is then they just go real quick. I want them to feel some sustained agony. So it's almost, you won't know this, but it's almost Thanksgiving. I'm cooking something, but I don't know what. But let me tell you what pisses me off about Thanksgiving. I went online to do my shopping.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's out of stock.
Okay.
Everything's out of stock. I go in there. There's 10 million of them.
Okay.
But when I'm doing the delivery, no, we can't bring that to you. Out of stock. But no, it's not out of stock. I just saw 8 pallets of fucking canned corn. Don't tell me it's out of stock.
Go get your food, dude.
All right, next thing. Hold on.
Just go get your fucking food.
But why out of
That's
stock?
such a new age bullshit problem. I
It
mean, I
is.
get what you're saying. It is fucking goofy, but go to the fucking store and get your food. I don't like it anyways. Hey, fuck you. No, we'll do that later. All right.
Let's do the asshole, though, because
All right.
I've got one that's really on my fucking mind.
Asshole. Oh, fucking. Why would you work? Why would you work?
Asshole of the week.
Why
Asshole
would
of
you
the
work?
week.
You know what I mean? Jesus Christ, this fucking world sucks.
Asshole of the week. Asshole of the week. My asshole of the week is a buddy of ours, Brandon.
All right.
Brandon's my asshole of the week.
You
Okay, let me
fucking
explain.
asshole.
Let me just explain. First of all, Jason and I do agree on the fact, and most of the people we hang out with agree, that if you have a football team, you have one. There might be other teams you don't mind seeing them win every now and then, but they're not your fucking team. We're Bengal fans, okay? Now, if I say I want the Browns to win because it's going to benefit the Bengals, I'm not a Browns fan, okay? About 5 years ago, Brandon was a diehard Cincinnati Bengal fan. Then it went, I'm Bengals, and I also like the Eagles.
It was that first Super Bowl win with the Eagles.
Yeah.
When they won with Wentz and whatever. All of a sudden, at that point, because before then, I only knew him as a Bengals fan. Only knew him as a Bengals fan.
AJ Brown was his hero at the
AJ
time.
Green is what we called him. But
AJ Brown. Now AJ Brown is his hero.
Yeah, you're right. But yeah, he was a huge Bengals guy, and then he also said that he liked the Eagles. He did.
Yeah.
I mean, he never didn't say he liked the Eagles. I'll give him that. But they weren't his number one team.
Now every post is fly, Eagles, fly.
And then
Best
when the
team
Eagles won, the first one, he was a half guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even then, he was still a Bengals guy.
Because he had an NFC and an AFC team.
Now he's to the point where he's all Eagles, and he talks shit about the Bengals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't like them. And
so now you realize why he's my asshole.
Troublesome. That's troublesome, B. I love you, but I don't like that about you, all right?
I hate that about you.
I hate that about
I love you to death, but my God, fly, Eagles, fly every fucking post. You weren't born in Philadelphia. To my knowledge, you've never lived in Philadelphia, nor have you ever even fucking been to Philadelphia.
He might have been. I don't know.
You might have taken a drive through.
Go.
You might
Why
have
not?
went on
I heard it's
vacation.
beautiful.
It's my understanding you were born in Cincinnati and were raised in Cincinnati, and suddenly the Eagles are the greatest fucking team ever to play the fucking game of football.
Mm-hmm.
You're my asshole of the week. I don't want to hear fly, Eagles, fly anymore. If you want to come back to the Bengals side, you are welcome, and open arms. We will invite you back. But fuck you and the Eagles, man. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Yeah, my asshole of the week's Chris Tees. I was all excited the other day. He messages me and the guys, and he's like, "Hey guys, Amazon Fresh has 50% off over $100." So I was like, "Oh fuck yeah!" So I'm on Amazon Fresh, and it's not easy to shop on Amazon Fresh, especially when you're doing a full grocery list. But I'm thinking, all right, I'm going to spend $350, $400. I get half off, $200. Boom!
Yeah.
Big fucking deal. Big fucking deal. So I look through, and again, me and my wife, it takes about forever to get everything done. We get about $200 and something in the cart. I go to put his little code in. He said $50 off. Now, I enjoy $50 off.
Yeah.
It's still pretty sweet. And you know what?
But it told you that before you hit submit order. You could have taken most of that shit out of your cart.
It's true. And I could have done that. And I should have done that.
But why?
For one thing, I didn't notice until after I hit submit. So I would have had to cancel the whole order and redone it. And I was afraid that they wouldn't take the code twice. So I was afraid of that. That's the reason why I didn't end up doing it. Now, it is my fault for not really fully reading it before I hit canceled. Well, yeah,
I'm the asshole for saving this man $50.
He's the asshole because, for one thing, I was an Amazon deal. I seen that the whole time. It's on, as soon as you sign on Amazon, it said $50 off. So it wasn't like some secret code. I thought you had a secret code. I thought you had like a good code.
Someone gave me this
I seen that $50 and I was like, $50? Well, I'm getting 50% off. This is much better.
That's what I thought.
All right,
That's what I thought.
So I go through the whole process and I didn't read the total even. I just, 200, put the code in. Oh, it's going to be 50% off. Enter, didn't look at. Then I get the email and looked at the price and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, that's not 50% off. And then I go back and read it all and like $50 off. All right. And at that point, like you said, I could have canceled and tried to put everything back in and minimized it to $100. So I maximized the deal, either way. some of the shit there was more expensive than what I paid for at Kroger
Was
usually.
it?
Yeah, I mean, not much. It was comparable, but for one thing, I'm a generic guy typically at Kroger, so now I'm getting name brand peanut butter, shit like that. So it's a couple dollars here and there. Not a huge deal, but I'm just saying, when your friend tells you that you're going to get 50% off, fucking don't ever trust it, because some of them are assholes, like Chris, and they didn't read the fine print.
Allow me to retort.
And
I didn't read anything.
Here I was over here
anything.
spending more money than I planned on.
I didn't read anything. First of all, a friend of mine told me about it. I looked at the code. It said fresh 50. Sounded like 50% to me, and I just tried to hook my buddies up
Sounded like
with a
50%
deal.
to me.
Well, it doesn't say, fresh 50, hey, 50%.
I get it, but you said you spent like $112. You should have told me that your order still cost 66 or whatever it was.
I might have omitted something,
That
but I
math
didn't do
didn't
it.
add
There
up,
was
by the way.
nothing. There was nothing malicious about it. I was just trying to say,
hey, not all assholes are malicious. All right, some are accidental assholes. It's true.
So right now, okay, let's clear this up. I'm an asshole because there's $50 in his pocket that wouldn't have been there had he not known about this code.
That's why he's an asshole. It wasn't a secret code. I could have signed on to Amazon and seen the $50
Well, I didn't know it was a
off.
secret code. Somebody told me.
Oh.
So I said I passed it along.
Oh, who are they?
No.
Sounds like an asshole. That person's my asshole now.
Well-
That nameless somebody.
It's funny you say that because I should have went back and looked at the text between me and this other guy and seen if he said $50 or percent, because then I could have pushed off
Yeah,
the
you
assholeness.
Yeah.
On
This
to the next
fucking
guy.
secret man in your
But
life you
I
don't want to
did
tell
spend
anybody about.
$100, and I got my 50% off. But one thing that did piss me off about it, they put in an auto tip, and I've heard that was the thing, like with
Yeah, they did auto tip to me too.
DoorDash and all
you can
that.
change it.
Yeah, I know you could, but I figured $7. They're delivering it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but everything came. I got everything that I.
You know what's even weirder about that? I asked you, is it always, because my auto tip was $10. I spent $200 or whatever it was, and ended up being $150 or so after everything was all said and done. And my auto tip was $10, and I asked him if his was the same. Now, you said you spent about $100, so about half that I did, and they auto tipped $7. So there must be some kind of algorithm or something they come up with the amount. I didn't change it because I didn't know.
My bill was $120.
I didn't want to be the asshole. You know what I mean? Like all of a sudden, I switched the tip down, and these guys know, well, we always get $10. This guy's giving us $6. Fucking smash that bread. You know what I mean? Like, no, I'll pass. That's the problem with shit like that. You don't fuck with people's food when you got a pre-tip.
Well, I'll buy the asshole thing, but my intentions were good.
Hey, you know a weird thing about that, though? When they break it down on your credit card statement, you get the Amazon charge, and then there's a new charge that says Amazon tip card. Like, tip card.
And that's where the $10
I got a
was?
tip card? Yeah, and then it says $10 because that's what my tip was. But it's just weird. Like, I got an Amazon tip card? I don't want an Amazon tip card. Go fuck yourself, Amazon. How about you pay your fucking people? Well,
Yeah.
since when did you got to tip the UPS driver? You know what I mean? Like, this is Amazon. These are Amazon workers. Fucking pay your people. You make how much fucking money? How much does that cunt work?
So much.
That weird, bald,
Bezos.
all muscle man now. He
is. He's buff, too.
He's fucking weird.
He wants that ass.
Yeah, all these guys, they get super rich and then try to become like literal super villains, get all ripped and scary
Hey,
looking. Vince McMahon style.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's other people like that. Chappelle did that.
Well, he got ripped. You're right. Dr. Dre's ripped too nowadays.
Is he really?
Yeah. But I mean, that's a little bit different.
I mean, but Chappelle went from like skeleton size to you don't see him, and then all of a sudden you see this. You know what I
didn't
mean?
know what to do,
and
man.
his voice changed. Now his voice is like this. This one thing I used to love about Chappelle's jokes is that high fucking pitched voice.
He was on testosterone, probably.
Of course
That's
he
what it
was. He
is,
was doing juice, man.
Yeah.
You don't get that big in 6 months without taking
It
fucking
was probably
steroids.
longer than 6 months, dude. You got to remember, Chappelle disappeared from the limelight for like 6 years.
Those guys that are like buffed and ripped, not in shape, but I mean talking massive, you cannot get that way without steroids.
like The Rock.
You can't.
I like The Rock. He like claims to be clean every once in a
There's
while.
no fucking way.
Like, dude,
your
you're-
body won't grow that big without it.
And he's like 53.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't look like that at 53. I don't get me wrong. The guy's waking up at 4 a.m. to lift thousands of pounds a day.
Yeah.
But still, he has a little help also. I mean, not that it's still ridiculously hard what he does, but he's also still taking steroids. It's a combination to look like a fucking incredible Hulk. You don't just do that naturally. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What I'm saying is
Maybe when you're 21.
you can have big muscles and be like ripped up, kind of like Cody.
Yeah.
You know, we've seen those videos, pictures of Cody that he's posted on Facebook, whatever. He's a big dude,
No, I haven't.
but he's
I
not
don't know what he's talking
steroid
about.
big.
It's good he ripped.
Those guys, no, yeah, Cody's pretty fucking ripped, actually.
I never checked out Cody.
But well, seeking out his pictures.
Did you got Cody's picture saved on your phone? Let me look.
He puts a picture on there.
I'm looking at your phone. It's like dick pic, Cody's abs, dick pic, Cody's abs.
But the whole point is your body doesn't get that big without him. So was Chappelle on roids? Unfucking doubtedly, Chappelle was on roids.
And good for him.
Apparently, Dr. Dre's on roids.
Yeah, good for them. All of them. I want them all on roids. I want everyone on roids. I want everyone to look like a superhero.
Legalize roids.
Yeah, I've told you this. I want everyone I like to look like a superhero and have a giant dick.
But see, and I'm going to say it, and this sounds so fucking stupid, and you're going to think, what a fucking idiot. I don't think Chappelle's as funny as he was when he was skinny.
I don't think anyone can stay as funny as they are for 30 years.
He was pretty fucking funny, dude.
He's great, but I mean, there's not one comedian that from the time they started to the time they ended, every fucking thing they did was gold. Not one.
No, but
not one.
Well, so, no, that's not true.
Who?
Fucking, I'm going to sound old. George Carlin was funny till he died. Rodney Dangerfield was funny till he died.
Went through some periods and not funny to me, man. He had so much shit. He went through some periods. I like old Carlin, you're right. But I actually prefer kind of old Carlin. Young Carlin wasn't as good to me. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that guy, it's different. Where Chappelle was great from the fucking beginning.
Yeah.
So, and then... Yeah, is he as funny? I don't know. I can understand.
Pryor.
I don't think Chappelle tries to be as much a comedy act as he used to. He's a social thing in itself. You know what I mean? He likes going out there and making you laugh, but also making you think, and then maybe making you, make his point. He's kind of ventured off into a different thing. Chappelle is almost for comedy. He's almost like comedy jazz. You know what I mean? You got to kind of look at him like that. And I think he kind of paints himself like he likes sitting in the chair, smoking a cigarette and shooting a shit. Like, it's just a different style now.
But Chappelle's show could have been the funniest fucking sketch comedy show ever made.
It probably is. I mean, I would think if you're going to rank them pound for pound, it probably is.
I think it is.
I mean, if you're going to say the number of good sketches, I mean, how are you going to beat Saturday Night Live just because of the amount of time and the consistency of it? You could put together
50 years.
You could put a best of that knocks almost everything out of the park. But pound for pound, fucking Chappelle show's still number one.
Yeah.
I mean, Living Color's up there with it. But those are my 1 and 2. So
but Living Color had
Gillian Keeves is out there now, though, guys. Gillian Keeves is fucking the best.
But anyway, like I said, you don't get that big without juicing. If you want us to juice, we'll juice and show you. You want juice?
I don't want my dick to even shrink more.
Your dick won't shrink, just your balls.
Oh, who needs those?
Yeah, and the bag doesn't shrink.
Balls.
I was on roids, I know.
I was on roids.
For 3 years.
I know, you're an international smuggler.
Your testicles shrink to the size of your son's. Mm-hmm. But your bag stays the same.
I don't touch my son's testicles very much, so I don't really know how big they are.
You used to bathe him when he was a baby.
Well, then.
They were that size.
Yeah.
Okay, and what I'm saying is your bag stays the same size.
I don't even remember. Did I wash his balls, though? I feel like there wasn't a point where I washed his balls.
When he was a baby?
Yeah, I had a loofah. I couldn't feel the actual balls.
Well, I'm saying this is a visual. The bag stays the same.
I just see you up there just washing some balls.
No, I did the loofah thing too. I did the loofah too.
You shouldn't wash balls like that, man.
We even had a little.
Get arrested.
No, I even tried not to touch anything. I had a spray thing.
Just a little spray thing.
Lift up the legs and spray. The only time anyway. Your bag stays the same. Dick same always. Dick doesn't shrink.
Well, let's do some roids.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's just get fucking pumped up.
So we're in the holiday season, and I'm feeling festive already. I already went to the Festival of Lights, and let me tell you, this year...
Festival of Lights, for you not from Cincinnati, is the zoo's light display.
It was a
local Cincinnati zoo.
MILF supermarket out there.
That's the zoo, right?
Oh, yeah, but it wasn't cold enough to where they were covered up with heavy jackets. Mm-hmm. They were still wearing the tight yoga pants. Now, this is so perverted that I take my son to a Christmas event, and I spend my whole time looking at married women's asses. But... It's my thing.
It's true. It's my thing. No, it's not perverted that you do that. It's perverted that it's your thing. Like that's like that's what I do. I got open time on the weekends. That's what I do. I creep on some married ladies at the zoo.
And a lot of people think
they're looking at monkeys. I'm looking at their tits.
It's perverse. But I have this weird thing inside of me that if a woman walks by, I'm going to look, and I'm going to give her the full scan. And
that's not weird. That's just being a dude.
Yeah, but I don't miss many.
Not many dudes do.
Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. I go there. But at the zoo this year, tons of fun. And I almost had a second asshole of the week to my friend Jen. Came over.
Butt eater.
Wouldn't eat butt this time.
What?
She was tired. Didn't feel like eating butt.
Tired? Too tired to eat butt?
Just wanted fucked.
What?
Just wanted fucked.
She just wanted to lay there?
Yeah, she blew me for like 5 minutes.
Sort of leave?
And normally, when she blows me normally for 5 minutes, then the head goes down and the butt eating starts.
Yeah.
This time she blew me and she came up and climbed on top of me. Granted, I got laid, but I'm like, aren't you forgetting something? She goes, yeah, I'm too tired. I just want to get in, get out.
Aren't you forgetting something?
That's right.
Hey, ma'am, you missed the spot.
Well, because that's her thing. And it's not just me that I happen to love it. She loves it. She loves doing it. She loves performing the service. To me, it's like, for her, it's like charity. Hey, I'm going to do this for you, and you're going to remember me.
You know what? I don't know why, but it's a funny dynamic where, like, I don't find eating a girl's ass disgusting, like, whatever. But when I see a girl that eats a guy's ass, I instantly just go, ugh, you nasty whore. Like, where I'm willing to do the same thing and not think a thing about it. But I just know dudes and their buttholes have to be the grossest. I was watching a porn today, dude, and they had the close-up shot, the back, and the girl was at show looked nice.
And every time he withdrew, it opened.
But he was too skinny, so you could just see the butthole the whole time. And his butthole had like a flap on it too. I don't know if it was a roid or something, but it was just I had to switch the porn off. Like I couldn't do it. And the chick was hot. No, I couldn't, dude. It bothered me. I can't jerk off to a guy with a hemorrhoid.
I don't like that view, period.
No, I hate that.
Because generally the nuts cover the pussy.
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, I hate that view. But this one was ultra bad because he was just so skinny. But his butthole was just there, and I feel like his butthole was closer than it normally is.
Yeah.
So felt like his butthole was underneath, like where a girl's pussy normally would be. Like it was in a weird position. I don't know. I didn't like it at all. They need to change points. Angle just need. That's why I was angry at you when you filmed the fucking cucks sexual exploits that one time. You said you went to that angle. I'm like, why? You are the videographer. You are in charge of this, and you went to that angle. We all hate that angle. We all agree that we hate that angle.
But
why would you put it on? Just because it's a classic?
If she's riding him, you can't see anything.
That's fine.
I mean, if reverse cowgirl, I guess I could have got in there. Yeah. But still, the nuts are going to drop, or something's going to cover the hole, the belly, whatever he's got.
Yeah, you got to the put the legs up like that. That angle is
and
where
then
you get
lean
the insertion.
forward.
That's where you get
bit.
The insertion angle.
So
you know
then
what
the
I mean?
balls only cover the hood.
Well, or you just don't go from underneath. You just look from the top, so you don't get like complete insertion. But it's good enough, dude. It's better than looking at someone's butthole and balls. All right,
it is.
It's good enough. For really like the insertion close up is not a thing for me, anyways. I don't know. When I'm watching porn, I kind of want to see the face going on. I want the full picture. I don't like the close-ups.
But the whole point is, I think if I could say how many times has my friend Jen come over, 100.
Mm-hmm.
How many times has she not eaten my butt? 2 now.
2. She's a 98%er, huh?
98%er. And this time I was, when she calls me and says I'm coming over, I jump right in the shower.
Of course.
Butthole's clean. Everything's clean.
Yeah, you can't
and I
greet
felt
someone with a dirty butt.
No, and that's the whole point. I mean, dirty whore fits, but I didn't just come back from the gym or, but anyway, she said, no, I'm tired. I just wanted to stop by and get fucked real quick. And I'm like, if I'd have known, if the phone would have rang and it would have said, Jen, not in the mood to eat butt tonight, I wouldn't have answered.
You wouldn't answer.
I wouldn't answer. I would have went spam likely.
Oh, it's fine. I'm going to watch Beverly Hills Cop
I would have
2
marked it
again.
as spam.
Hey, did you hear Beverly Hills Cop is coming back?
With Eddie Murphy?
Axel Foley going to return, man. I'm kind of interested in that just because that was the last role that I remember not
Question
sucking.
is, will Judge Reinhold be back?
Well, let's hope. They better get the whole crew. Didn't one of them die? What happened to the old dude?
No, the old dude died in the show.
Oh, yeah, but... did he?
Yeah.
Bring him back.
My guess is he was old then. And that was, 30 years ago? He's dead.
Yeah.
But I would say Taggart and Rosewood are still alive.
Yeah, get him. Yeah, they better all be there. But either way, I'm excited about it. That was one of my favorite of his things.
I liked both of them. He only did 2, right?
Yeah. But,
Beverly Hills Cop 2.
Was there 1 or 2? Or 3?
There was 2.
I know there's definitely 2. Was there a 3?
I don't know.
I always love it.
If there was, I never saw it.
The hotshot street cop came in and all the other straight-laced cops had a problem with him, but then he solved all the crime.
Always wore that Lions Letterman jacket.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's an updated one. I seen the new one.
He wore the Lions.
Looks good. Hey, now the Lions are good.
I love watching the Lions.
The last
But I'm not going to go, best team ever. Roar on.
Roar on,
Brandon.
Lions. Yeah, Detroit is one of my adopted teams. You're right. I do root for them. My adopted teams right now, especially since last time we had a podcast, we actually had a quarterback in Cincinnati. I'll talk a little bit about that later as far as my fuck you. But either way, now it's time to adopt a team because we don't have a team anymore. The Bengals are going to suck. And I prefer
it's time
them
to adopt
suck.
one to root for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
The Lions are mine.
Yeah. I've always had adopted teams that I root for outside of my team. I just don't buy their shit or, talk shit about them online and stuff.
Yeah.
Lions are up there for me. I'm really digging the Texans this year.
I hate the Texans.
Why do you hate the Texans?
Because
What a weird thing to hate.
Because I grew up a Houston Oilers fan. They're sitting in my seat.
It's not their fault.
Well, no, but that's the whole point. The point is I was an Oilers fan.
Yeah.
When they moved, it was funny because literally.
Yeah, but I mean, who shouldn't you be mad at the Titans then? Shouldn't you hate the Titans?
I don't like the Titans either.
Because that owner is the guy that moved, right?
Yeah, but
I don't know how that
Bud
went.
Adams.
How did Houston not have as much money as Nashville? Houston's a much bigger city. That's a weird thing. I wonder why they left Houston.
I know. Well, first of all, they played in the Astrodome.
Yeah, they played at a shit place.
There was fights about building.
Okay, so Houston just
building a
didn't
new
want to build
stadium.
anything new.
At the time,
So
yeah.
Nashville
that was
offered-
part of it.
yeah.
Plus, it was time to the lease with the city, and they were arguing about the price, and Bud Adams just said, fuck it, I got this state here, or this city here willing to build me a brand new fucking stadium with luxury boxes. So they went.
And the thing with Nashville, because of location, they're going to sell decent no matter what. Because it's such a destination for other local teams, like indie people, Cincy people, all the people that are within a 6-hour drive because Nashville's kind of a destination city. Because
and it's like the
music
Vegas
shit.
now. It's a really fun party town.
Well, that's what I mean. So you're always going to bring people in, it's like, oh, well, if I'm going to go to a game, this one would be a good one to go to because Nashville's fun this weekend.
And there's my coffin. But they moved out of Houston about 3 years after I moved here. Mm-hmm. And I remember I was so excited when I moved here because I'm like, they're in the same division. I would get to go to Oiler games. Against the Bengals. And they came here. They played. I went to all the Oiler games full Oilered out because I grew up an Oiler fan.
Yeah.
And then they said, okay, now we're moving on to Houston or to Tennessee. At that point, I said, do I become a Tennessee Titans fan or do I embrace the Bengals because I live here? Mm-hmm. And I said, I'm going with the fucking Bengals. I wasn't a Titans fan. I'm an Oiler fan. Yeah. If they ever brought the Houston Oilers back, I don't care what city they were in.
Yeah, but that's still a weird thing because now you got some kind of allegiance to Houston. I mean, who gives
and
a
I didn't
shit?
like Houston.
I understand the idea of liking the Oilers, and then following them or whatever, but I don't understand the allegiance to a city when you're not from that city to begin with.
Well, because that's not Houston, to me, Houston football is the Oilers. They're not there anymore.
No, I like Tank Dell and
Stroud,
so I like watching them play. They're putting up numbers. They're fun to watch right now.
They are.
I like their coach. So I don't know. I like Houston this year.
Well, the thing about it is, if my team goes out of it, Bengals are out of it, I will tend to adopt an NFC team.
Yeah, you don't want to root for the AFC teams.
So, and I've always been. First of all, I
root for the fucking Chiefs, even though I don't mind the Dolphins, just because I love their coach.
Yeah.
So I mean, I kind of. Passively root for the Dolphins.
I mean, first of all, if you're a football fan, how can you not love Dan Campbell and wish he was your coach? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that's Dan Campbell. Yeah. And
dude,
they've always been the underdog. The Lions forever have been the underdog. I mean, when did they ever go into a season going, hey, the Lions are really looking good this year? They're going to
Never. Even when they got the best players in the league sometime.
They didn't with Barry Sanders. They were never. They were like, hey.
Calvin Johnson. I mean, they literally had the best wide receiver and the best running back at one point. Not on the same team, but, at different points. And their team still sucked. No, the last time they had this record at Thanksgiving, blacks couldn't use the same restaurants as whites.
Really?
Yeah. Yes, it was like
they've had literally been a losing season that long.
That they've had this good of a record at Thanksgiving.
7-4 or 8-3?
Yeah, I think so, or 7-2 or something. I don't know. Yeah. They got a decent record. They're good. Don't get me wrong, they're good, but it's just hilarious. It was like 1942 or some shit like that.
Good Lord. Yeah, they're fun to watch. Under Dan Campbell doesn't let them quit. You know what I mean? So I don't care if we're down 21. We're still going to try to get a fucking touchdown in the fourth. And that's why I love Dan Campbell.
And if they lose, he'll fucking cry.
But the next week, they come back ready to play again. They don't just say, fuck this.
Nah, he's a real coach. I like Dan Campbell a lot, too.
God, I'd love to have a Dan Campbell here. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Same way I love the coach down in Tennessee, Vrabel. I love Mike Vrabel. I love those kind of coaches, and then I also love McDaniels down in Miami just because he's such a dork and he's kind of funny,
man.
and he's just,
so fucking weird.
He's hilarious.
Who was that? Did you see the Michigan coach when Harbaugh got suspended? They brought in this interim guy who was like an OC or whatever. Mm-hmm. After the first win, he was bawling his eyes out on TV. Did you see that? Yeah. Give the credit to these guys, man. We're doing it for fucking Michigan. I'm like, dude, as soon as he comes back, you're back carrying a clipboard.
Yeah, and
You're crying. This is Michigan football. This isn't fucking University of Virginia.
What's your bullshit Michigan-Ohio State prediction this weekend?
Ohio State. I think Ohio State's a better team. I just think overall they're a better team. And I've said from the beginning of this season that I think AJ McCarthy is going to be the best college quarterback in the game. I thought that. And up until 3 games ago, he was.
He's up there. I don't know about the best, but he's done well. I don't know. I hate rooting for Ohio State. So I'm going to have a hard time gambling on this game, and I think I'll end up still gambling on Michigan, but I'll probably tease up the points and stuff because I do expect Ohio State to win this game,
I just think they're better. I'm not an Ohio State fan.
I don't know if they're better. I think Michigan actually might be more well-rounded and such, but and may have a better defense. But, Michigan's missing their coach. Yeah. I mean, Harbaugh sucks, but he's a good coach.
Yeah.
I can't deny that. The guy knows what he's doing as far as that
They've played well without him.
They played well without him, but they haven't played Ohio State.
No.
It's a whole different game. So,
and my question is, how did Ohio State go from the number 1 ranking, which they had for 1 week, down to 3 without losing? I can see them going to 2.
None of them lost. So, when you're
but
top
from
4,
1 to 3.
But that's what happens. When your top 4 are all undefeated, it depends on how well you won that week at that point. You know what I mean? Where Georgia blew someone out and Ohio State only won by 14 or didn't even cover,
But that's
shit
one
like
thing
that
I
matters.
love about college football.
I mean, or Florida State, they still won, but they lost their fucking QB, so they're out now, even though they haven't actually lost. Now, granted, good luck playing Louisville this weekend with the backup. But otherwise, they're fucked, and they didn't lose.
On SportsCenter where they have like a list of 10 things they're going to talk about, and you can see the little thing, what they're talking about now, what they're going to talk about next, so you make sure you didn't miss it. The number 1 thing on yesterday's was, is Shedeur Sanders going to play? Who gives a fuck? They're 4-6.
He still moves the needle, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying they're 4-6. Okay,
well, yeah, they're not good, but
they're not going to get to 500, which is what I hope they do. And it's like Stanforth Chompers the other day said to me, because he was all over fucking last week. He was all over Colorado saying, blah blah blah. And I was like, I love Deion. Mm-hmm. First of all, he was a Cincinnati Red. He's Deion. I root for him. But I said, let's not get over the fucking fact that he doesn't have any size and that they're really not a competitive college football team right now. No. Maybe in 5 years they will be. And he goes, yeah, you don't sound like much of a fan. I'm like, what do you mean I don't sound like much of a fan? Because I'm giving you real information. I'm telling you the facts.
A realist. Yeah, I don't know. A blind fan doesn't make you a better fan.
No, and I wanted him to win 500, to get to 500 this week, but I think he's 4-6 or 4-7.
Yeah, I don't care.
One game left.
He's done well, winning a couple more games than last year, and he couldn't win with that line, and that's they're just not built to win yet. But
now, right now,
I still hold true to the fact that I think in 3-4 years the guy's top 10 program. I think
if he stays there,
I do think they become a top 10 program. But
there's already rumors of A&M offering him a job.
Yeah, I don't know why you would move though if you're still in the SEC. I understand A&M is a bigger school.
Well, you've got a bigger base to start with,
but
you don't have to recruit 500 people from other schools.
But the thing about Deion is he doesn't need the base, because he's going to bring such an outside base that weren't fans previously. No one gave a fuck about Colorado before.
No, I mean players.
Yeah.
You don't have to recruit as many and steal as many from other colleges because you've already got a pretty solid base there.
Yeah, okay, I get what
You've already got an offensive line, a defensive line. You could replace a few of them, but you don't need to start from the fucking bottom and build all the way up.
But with that being said, I think that'll get, with the transfer portal, what it is nowadays, I think that'll get built up pretty quick.
I hate the transfer portal.
It's different.
Everybody you hear watching the fucking game, yeah, there's this guy, a recent Arizona State transfer. Hey, this guy came from Alabama.
Yeah, I mean, it's like free agency basically, but there's no limitation on it. Or free agency, you're going where the money is. Yeah. But now it's just like you can, and not only that, but free agency now you got a 3-year contract, so you're stuck there at least for a little while. Shit like that, or 5-year contract. Whatever the contract is. Where in college football, it's like every other month or every other year, I guess.
Every other year,
you can just switch, which is just
because
seems goofy,
I can see them going, okay. They recruited another quarterback. I'm not going to start here. I better go somewhere else if I want any hope to get into the NFL because I'm not going to play here.
Yeah.
So I could see that, but they're position players that are moving that would have started at either school. And,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, I can get 100 more yards at this school.
I don't really even understand the transfer portal because you could always switch schools, right? I mean, Burrow switched from Ohio State to LSU, and that was before the transfer portal was going on.
Well, see, but that's what I don't understand about the letter of intent. Was it just more limited
before or something? Or?
That's what I understand about the letter of intent. I consider the letter of intent a contract to play there for 4 years. That's what I consider it. What's the point of it?
Man, I don't know.
You know?
I don't give a shit either. We need to move on.
All right, but before we move on, I'll ask one more football question.
All right.
Right now, as we speak, if you were the guy who had to pick the Heisman Trophy winner right now, who would you pick? Because I don't think it's going to be I don't think it's going to be Caleb anymore. I don't think he's going to win.
Caleb don't have a chance at the Heisman.
You think
He's not even
Penix?
Top 10. Bo Nix.
Bo Nix or Penix are my two guesses.
Those are two up there. The LSU quarterback is actually the number one right now.
Is he the front runner?
Yeah, he's the front runner as far as odds are concerned. I don't know his name, but I know he's putting up fucking gigantic numbers.
Yeah.
LSU has covered 12 fucking weeks in a row, which is insane.
Well, see, I'm looking at all these guys going, okay, you take all these top fucking Heisman people, put them in the NFL right now, who's going to do best? And I'm going to say it's not going to be Bo Nix.
Oh, it's probably Kalen Williams when you go to the NFL. I mean, it's a different game once you get there.
But the bottom line is he can't win here.
It's the same with Marvin Harrison. They talk about him being a Heisman hopeful right now. And really, if you look at his numbers compared to other wide receivers' numbers, he's nowhere close.
Yeah.
But as far as next level, Marvin Harrison's probably the number one person on the next level. So it's a different thing. So you got to look at it differently. And yeah, I think Nix is deserving of it because of how good his team's gone.
He's a stud.
I mean, because LSU, he's putting up numbers down there, but they've lost 2 or 3 now at this point, haven't they?
See, that's why I'm thinking that Penix might be the front runner.
I think
right now.
a Heisman should not only be the best player, but he should be on one of the best teams.
Yeah,
too.
and that's what I'm saying. That's why USC, they've lost 4 or 5 games.
Especially if we're just going with quarterbacks nowadays. And basically, that's all it is.
I'm going to go with Penix right now. I think he's the front runner, in my opinion.
It's like the MVP in the NFL is now just the quarterback contest, and then the offensive player of the year is usually the receiver or the running back that actually put up the biggest numbers.
Yeah. And then they have, Outland Trophy for the offensive lineman, whatever. Let's get on the buttholes.
Yeah, let's get on the buttholes. What do we got to talk about?
Well,
is it a would you rather time or whatever the fuck we do?
No, not quite yet. We have a few minutes. I've got a new, my bucket list to do the midget thing. Mm-hmm. I've come to the realization that that's probably not going to happen.
I mean, I don't know. I never give up.
And I put feelers out.
Yeah.
I literally looked at all these fucking weird fuck sites that I look at, and I'm looking for a fucking little person.
You're really putting feelers out, like looking for a midget.
Not actually pursuing it, but, it's just like, is this a bucket list item that could ever technically be crossed off? Mm-hmm. No. All my other items, hey, I want to have a threesome. That can easily be crossed off. Hey, I want to bang a married chick while her husband sits in the chair in a nightgown. Okay, granted. But I don't think the little person thing can happen. First of all,
come on, a guy in a nightgown off the list.
I didn't take that off the list. I wouldn't go near the nightgown. I could have spit on him.
Yeah, or cummed on him, man. You were given plenty of opportunity to do
but you know what? I don't care if I was at the point where the very next stroke was going to make it shoot. If I would have looked over, pointed it at him in that nightgown, it would have went away.
Yeah, I would hope.
It would.
And how disappointing is your life if it got harder?
Oh, God.
Now you know that's what you're into.
Does that make me gay?
Yeah, now you know what you're into. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Turns out, I never thought I'd be into guys in nightgowns watching me fuck and then coming on them. But turns out it's my thing.
There's no way. And isn't it weird that when you're beaten off, it's so fucking... I find this like a medical anomaly. You're jerking off, okay? The sperm has to travel from your nuts all the way up the dick. Mm-hmm. You know exactly when it's coming out. Mm-hmm. You know the next jab. Okay, It's coming out now. And I was sitting there thinking to myself, hypothetically, if I entertained the idea of making this woman's fantasy come true and busting a nut on the fucking nightgown, I would have turned and went, brr. It would have been putty in my fucking hands. There's no way I would have nutted looking at a man in a nightgown. And there's certainly no way... Because you've been there before.
I haven't.
No, you've been... you've been fucking or whatever, and you were about to come, and then all of a sudden it just went away.
Yeah.
Everyone has.
Very rare.
Well, yeah, but I think the thing that makes it not rare is a grown man in a fucking nightgown like this.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
It make me last longer, I guess.
It wouldn't make me last longer. It'd make my dick go down.
Well, that's true.
No nightgowns,
especially if he's giving you that look.
Hey, I got a question.
Large.
With all the... I was listening to Bill Cunningham today. And he was outraged, and he was so fucking mad.
He's always outraged.
He's always outraged. But the thing that pisses me off
American.
about him the most is not that he seemingly loves America or that he gives you his opinions, because he gives you his opinions. But how he gets so mad about everything that he gets really, truly pissed off as religious background. Oh, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, he's a hardcore Catholic, right?
Hardcore.
Yeah.
But today they were talking about this. The College of St. Mary's, which is all girls,
Okay.
are considering allowing women that were biologically born male.
Okay.
Okay, and he's outraged. He's fucking furious. Does he have a daughter in the school? Fuck no, he doesn't. The whole point is that people send their kids to that school to avoid the men. You're sending a man in. And I'm sitting there, and the guy with him was on the phone going, that girl going to that school wants nothing to do with your daughter. Nothing whatsoever. And it's not going to harm your kid in any way. And he goes, it's ridiculous that we're allowing the Catholic or the Christian people in this fucking world are allowing this to go on. That a trans person that wants to go to college and get an education is just not allowed to go to that one.
Well, I mean, if you go by the letter of the Lord, he's not wrong.
Oh my God!
I'm just saying, like, this is my issue with religion in general. Like, what
it's
he's
becoming
doing,
mine.
But what he's doing is he's literally saying what the religion's telling him to say, which isn't that what you want? Everybody's like, oh, that Christian, he's not really a Christian. Well, when they're actually Christian, you also don't like them because Christians suck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you go by the Bible, those people suck these days.
Yeah.
They're a little outdated. All right. Yeah. That was a long time ago.
Most of them are outdated.
Yeah. So, like, it's such a thing. Like, the hypocritical Christian thing. We all hate it. We all hate it. We all hate it. But then, like, when they are actually sticking to the letter of the law, we still hate it because they suck. Like, that's why religion sucks.
I hate the fact that every argument that's
He's
coming
not
from
wrong
half these
as
people
far as the Bible goes. He's just wrong as far as humanity goes. He's you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the Bible's fucking outdated.
He's outraged.
Yeah.
And he will not take this sitting down. And I'm just sitting there going, the first thing that crossed my mind is, who cares?
Of course, who cares?
Who gives a shit?
But you come at it from a different angle too. I think if your personal life was different, and you know you had a different situation, I think you may see it a little differently also.
I'd never see it like that.
I don't know. I probably not. But either way, like you've been influenced, and that's the way a lot of people are. Is maybe they're brought up a certain way, but until it's actually in their face and they see it for themselves, they don't get it. You know what I mean? And then once they get it, then you're just like everybody else. You're like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Why do you care that much? It's fucking weird.
He kept quoting scripture and all that, bringing up the Bible and all that. And I was sitting there going, man, eventually these people, they got to come up with something else to fucking
And the problem is, in the end, he is a hypocritical Christian because he's going to do a million other things against that same Bible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And be perfectly fine with it. But
that's Catholic right there, buddy.
But he's going to stand hard on that one. Yeah, with most Catholics are like that about abortion, you know.
Yeah.
A million different sins, but that sin.
Yeah, and you
know what I mean? Because it don't affect them because they're fucking
divorce.
68 and their pussy's been dry for 40 years. Now you give a shit. So.
Well, it's like, according to the Catholics, you're not supposed to ever get divorced.
Yeah.
But if one of their kids gets divorced, there was a good reason. Well, that woman was the devil.
I know plenty of Catholics that have divorced.
But they're not supposed to.
And that's totally, in the Bible. That's
my son had to get divorced. She wasn't going to, blah, blah. Fuck you, man. The hypocrisy is.
They used to kick him out, though.
I know they did.
I know my friend Adam's dad was a Catholic, and he got a divorce, and the church was like, see ya. And then he became like a Methodist or something.
The first time I got married, my family was never the crazy Catholics, but we did belong to a Catholic school or a Catholic church. And literally, I was marrying a woman who was not Catholic, and we had to go through 2 weeks of classes to get blessed.
My uncle had to do that.
To get blessed in order to get married in the church that we went to and paid money to every fucking week.
Yeah, I always thought my uncle was a bitch for that, even like when I was a younger guy. Like, because he would switch religions depending on what fucking relationship it is. And I always just thought that it was the most beta shit in the world.
Well,
like,
the thing about it is, my mom
bitch.
was always like, if you don't want to get married here, we pick another church, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, that's the church we go to, blah, blah, blah. All right, I'll sit through the fucking classes. But they were pointless.
Yeah, I'm just saying, the only thing I hate more than religious people are fucking religious people for pussy. You know what I mean? Like, you're not even religious,
Well,
but
if you're gonna get religion,
fucking pretend like, and then be like that, like when they're not around too, and then you're even more annoying. It's one thing, and just like, I'm pretending for the fucking gash. You know what I mean? Like, then I like, hey, fucking, don't mind. But even when they're not around, you're posting on social media about the Jesus. Go fuck yourself, you dork.
You know what Catholics are most hypocritical
Knowing
about?
You your whole life, and all
control.
of a sudden you're a fucking hardcore Catholic. Shut up.
Birth control.
Yeah.
You tell me that all these fucking crazy Catholic people, they're not fucking wearing rubbers when they're in college, fucking, which they're not supposed to be doing anyway because they're not married.
Of course.
The fucking hypocrisy kills me. And when I was listening to Bill Cunningham today, I'm like, shut the fuck up, Bill. Just shut up. I'll listen to you. A lot of times I find you entertaining.
In general, shut the fuck up, Bill. That guy's a fucking...
But it's like, he was outraged that they're allowing transgender people to even think about going to this prestigious school. You're not allowed.
No.
Fuck off.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you.
So you got any ideas for the hairy guy get pussy thing?
No, I like the idea of, well, I've told you a couple different ideas. I wouldn't mind doing a shooting range just because I think that'd be fun. I wouldn't mind doing some kind of pain thing where they got to tap out to some kind of, different levels of pain on different things. I don't know how we would do that, but we could figure it out.
But see, like, and I
nipple clamps.
Something like that would be funny. I think that machine would be awesome.
Yeah.
That actually zaps them. But if we did go to a shooting range, one of those indoor shooting ranges, you can rent a gun.
Mm-hmm.
That would be up to you and me to pick the gun.
Yeah.
It can't be one that either one of them maybe owns. We're going to pick a weird...
Well, you can bring your own gun.
Yeah, but we don't want them to bring their own gun.
No, I'll just bring my gun. Then I don't have to pay for a gun.
Oh, good call.
Good call. My gun's never even been shot, dude. I've had it for 3 years.
Well, yeah, a 9mm is basically a basic gun. And,
it's very basic.
Put up the targets, and then we could post them up later and do all that stuff.
I mean, that'd be fun. Again, I maybe get like 3 different levels of pain nipple clamps and see how long you can put nipple clamps on them before they tap out.
I like that idea.
You don't think they'd do it?
No, I think they would do almost anything.
Nipple
I really
clamps?
do. Yeah, but I want something that's visually stimulating for our viewers, and the nipple clamps would be like this, but electricity, that's a different animal.
We can hook electricity up to the nipple clamps.
Now you might be
both. We do both at the same time. We put nipple clamps on you, then we start shocking you until you quit.
How about this? We have them stand 10 feet apart.
Yeah.
With their pants off. We only view them from the top up, right?
Yeah.
And we give them each a deck of cards, and they have to take their fucking whipping cards at each other's junk.
I don't want to look
till
at
whoever
their
quits. Oh, you don't want to see his fucking nuts get shaved with a fucking playing card?
I don't think either of these guys are going to let us look at these. I don't know why everything has to turn into you looking at someone's dick.
Because I want the most amount of fucking suffrage I can get here.
No one's going to let you cut up their balls.
Whack.
Jesus Christ.
You play games with your friends where you sit there and you throw a tennis ball at each other's nuts?
No, I haven't. Why would I do that? Why would I agree to that game? I mean, as fun as it is to knock someone else in the nuts, if I know I have it coming towards me, I'm not interested.
See, I think we should take him
I'm not like, right now, I'm not going to be like, how about you punch me in the nuts and I'll punch you in the nuts? No,
I think we should take him to a real golf course. Real golf. Because I don't think either one of them plays golf.
I feel like Get Pussy plays golf. Dude, he's a country club kid. I guarantee that dude he probably played a high school golf team or some stupid shit.
All he ever told me is ping pong.
Well, that's goofy too. But
I mean, he's ready to take on Forrest Gump on the ping pong.
All right, we got to get this. Yeah, I found out the problem with the video audio thing again. Fucking.
You found it out when the show's about over?
Well, I looked over and I was like, oh. Well, no, that was just one part of the audio. Remember, it was working at the beginning, and then it stopped working, and then it worked. And it's fucking.
I want to know how you got that echo thing. That was cool.
No, it wasn't. I hate everything. All right, what would you?
All right. See, now I'm going to change it.
All right.
Now I'm changing my fucking.
Name your price?
Name your price.
All right.
I want you to name your price.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. I'm going to try to do this without. Because my son actually asked me this question.
Okay.
But not to the degree of where I'm going.
Probably not.
Because I've got this horrible, snake fear.
Yeah.
Okay. And when we went to the zoo the other day, he was there petting one. I wouldn't go
petting
over there.
A snake?
Well, yeah, they had meet a creature, and the lady's standing there holding the snake, and you get to go up and feel it, and she tells you, this is Marty. He's a boa, and all that shit. And then I started thinking about that Jackass episode where Chris Pontius put a little mouse costume on his dick and stuck it in the fucking snake cage.
Mm-hmm.
My question is, how What name your price for your wife to get your dick rock hard, okay? And then you to put it in a cage of a snake and get a bit on the pecker by a fucking, let's say a mean snake, but not poisonous.
A mean snake. I don't know.
With big teeth. A boa constrictor.
A mean
There's a
snake.
hungry boa in there, and they put a little fucking set of mouse ears
Boas,
on
they
your
try to
dick.
choke you.
Well, yeah, but you can always withdraw.
Well, my
But
dick
the whole
ain't
point
big
is
enough for
you're
a
taking
fucking
the
boa
bite.
constrictor to wrap around. All right, neither is yours.
You're,
No
taking
one's
you're taking a bite on the dick from a fucking mean, pissed off snake. Before they put him in there, they're going to like shake up the bag and get him all mad and fucking dump him in there. Your
5,000.
cock's to $5,000.
$5,000. I would close my eyes. I mean, like it wouldn't, like.
That would hurt, man.
Yeah, it would hurt. $5,000's a lot of money. Just
You ever been bitten by a snake?
No, why would I?
Well, some people have.
Have you?
No.
Well, yeah, exactly. You fucking some people have. I don't know anybody's been bitten by a snake. I'm sure some people have, but I personally don't know any snake.
The weirdos you told me that you used to hang around with, I picture at least a couple of them having a giant boa constrictor in a
Lucas
fucking
had
cage.
snakes and shit, but I don't think he ever got bit, so I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
Even the owner of a snake never got bit.
I would think the owner is probably less so than the people that just hang out in step places where snakes hang out. Like, I don't know. I grew up in the East. Snakes aren't really that prevalent around here, and the ones that aren't the kind that really go out of their way to bite you.
Yeah.
So you would actually have to be a pet owner and something. A lot of times as pet owners, snakes are pretty calm,
Yeah.
They're just chill.
All right, so the bottom line is you're putting your rock hard pecker through this hole, and
Yeah.
you're waiting until that snake fucking bites it.
Yeah.
$5,000?
$5,000, I'd do that.
Oh, a lot more than that for me.
Well, yeah, but you got some weird
I'm terrified.
scaredy cat thing of snakes. I would
And I would close my eyes too. I wouldn't look. I certainly wouldn't fucking watch it bite my dick.
Now, it would cost me a lot more to put my dick in like a bee's nest or some shit like that.
Well, that you could die.
Yeah. Probably not, but if you guaranteed not death, I would still swell up like a motherfucker. I'd have a cool looking dick though.
Which
for a
would you
while.
do if you had to do one?
What?
You wouldn't die, but you have to stick your cock in a beehive or stick your cock in a snake cage.
Snake every time.
You do it every time?
Yeah, because even the snake thing, I'm not gonna like. I might not die with the bee thing, but I'm still gonna fucking swell up. It'd be great for a cockpick. Just like
God.
3 controlled bee stings in the right spots in my cock, and just take a couple
It
pics.
would add girth.
Yeah, oh, girth, Jesus Christ, it would look deformed.
But see, the problem with the snake is there's no guarantee where on the pecker he's going to bite you. Might be right on the helmet, might be on the nuts, might be on the
Oh,
side of the
my
shit.
dick and nuts are in
Yeah,
there?
the
I
whole
thought you said
thing's
I
in
just
there.
stuck my dick in.
Oh, rock
I thought
hard,
this
but
was
your
like
nuts,
I
your
thought
nuts
this was
are
like a
hanging
cock
down, too.
sleeve. You stick your dick in like a fucking fleshlight.
We're
going to
call it like a glory hole. It's
Okay.
a glory hole.
Okay.
See, I would need a lot of money because
I feel like even in glory holes, you don't see nuts on the other side of the glory hole. You just see a dick poke through.
do you?
I don't ever remember seeing nuts on it. I guess I haven't really looked at a lot of glory holes.
I've never been to one.
Well, I've definitely never been to one, so I wouldn't have known what to do. But even the ones like it pops up in your porn
you think
streams
it's
every
just
once
a
in while.
hole. You just slide
Yeah,
your cock in.
every glory hole I've ever seen just has a cock, not balls and cock.
See, I wouldn't enjoy that at all.
You need your balls to stick through?
No. yeah, I do. And the reason I do is because if you stick your dick straight through, first of all, whatever the width of the board is or whatever that's got the whole board in it, that's less dick that she's going to be able to put her mouth on.
True.
And if the nuts are hanging out there, if
You'd
the
have to
nuts
push
are,
real hard against the whatever you're.
yeah.
It would look funny.
And you know why a glory hole would suck for me? First of
Yeah.
all, I don't like to come standing up. I
Mhm.
need to be able to lay down and do this. You know what I mean? You're going to fall over if you do it there. What are you going to hold on to? Because when I'm nutting, I'm holding on to the sheets or the bed or the legs or something. What are you going to hold on to with a glory hole?
And for us fatties, it's really an issue because now the thing's flat, right? So your belly a lot of times is going
Right.
to go, for us
And
real
that's less
fats,
dick going in.
barely any dick at some point. You know what I mean? Like you might get 2 inch of dick after you get past belly, or you're just smashing up really hard against it to try to get more dick out, or like, I don't know.
But the
God
purpose
damn,
of
there's
a
a lot
glory
more
hole,
to glory holes than I really ever put through.
the purpose of a glory hole is anonymity.
Yeah.
Right? Or did I say that right?
Who cares? I've never
How
seen anything
about-
right in my life.
And most glory holes I know are in like a public place, like in
Mm-hmm.
a park, in a bathroom or something like that. But if you could invent a glory hole that was comfortable with fatties
Mm-hmm.
or like a curtain. They're using sheets a lot now.
Yeah.
But how about this? You go
Yeah,
into a
curtains would work
fucking,
better.
you go to a glory hole. There's a bed there with a fucking shower curtain hanging halfway down. You just slide your lower half down there. You're laying down.
But
you're
now,
getting blown?
now you can see legs and stuff, and he like known tattoos. You know,
Oh,
all of a
there's
sudden
that.
I go through. They're like, "Hey, look, Beetlejuice is on his leg." He has a
Bauman.
like, hey, look, he's got a retarded person tattooed on his leg.
That's Bauman. Jay, what's up?
Yeah,
I guess that's
so-
a thought too. All right, my glory hole idea is dead.
yeah. I think the glory hole thing needs to be examined for all you sketch people out there, man. That'd be a good sketch where you could have fat guys going in the glory hole and like, wait a second, man, I can't get and try to position themselves in the right thing so their dick gets through.
I was watching this porn thing, and supposedly this was a real fucking place. It was like in either Germany or Austria, one of those fucking countries, like a whorehouse, but it was all glory holes. But the women, like you'd go in and there'd be one woman bent over in doggy position with her head on the other side so you couldn't see it. There was just an ass and legs. Another one, she's on her back with her fucking pussy out and her legs up, and you just walk up and fuck it. But
I'd be so afraid.
There's also oral glory holes there.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying, every single position. Like, okay, there's one with this just like that board, and you slide
Is
yourself
there
under
any
and she rides
chance
you.
on the other side of that board there's a face that isn't like, you know
Oh,
what I mean?
I
Like
would say no.
every single one of them probably look like
In
they
the
got beat
porn-
with a frying pan.
In the Pornhub, they were all fairly attractive back
Oh yeah,
then,
but that's for video. I'm talking about if that was a real life setup. There's no attractive lady that's just gonna lean over with her head on the other side of a board and get fucked by strangers.
No, it's so funny because there'd be like a doctor table, and she'd be bent over this thing, and then the curtain would be coming down right above her
Doctor
ass.
table, nurse, she's ready.
And you just walk up and just. And the worst part about it is these weren't in separate rooms. You're right next to a dude who's fucking somebody too. You're like, hey, what's up, Jim?
Well, hopefully this is just for show and this isn't a real thing because that's weird.
I'd go.
Of course you would.
I would.
Come on.
Fuck you! Fuck you!
Fuck you! Fuck you! You want to go first? You want me to go first? I don't care.
Huh? Oh, you got one? Go ahead.
All right. Fuck you, Cincinnati Bengals fans. Joe Burrow is hurt and AJ McCarron still sucks. All right? Get over it. Get over it, dude. The guy was never good. I don't know what this city's obsession is with AJ McCarron. This guy, they act like they can just put him in and he's going to win every fucking game in the world. The guy sucked when he was a backup for us way back in the day. Everybody, I remember when he got drafted, they're like, oh, AJ McCarron, fuck Andy Dalton. Where Andy Dalton was, shitty, but
Yeah.
still top 15 quarterback, better than McCarron.
Right.
Finally, Dalton gets hurt. McCarron gets in there, and what? He sucks. All right, and
He was never
and then
good.
he goes away, and we forget that he sucked. All right, now we're back 8 years later, and we think that he's the fucking answer to our problem right now. We don't have an answer. All right, if Jake Browning sucks, then Jake Browning sucks, and we fucking tank the rest of the year, get a good draft pick, and see you next year. Because that's really the smartest choice for a Bengals fan right now.
We know
Not
that-
the hope that AJ McCarron's going to take you to the Super Bowl. Are you fucking retarded? How many windows have you licked today? This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. AJ McCarron is a turd.
He
He's
is.
always been a turd.
Yeah.
Nice guy. I'm sure he's a great guy. Who gives a
They
fuck?
even signed that Drew Plitt guy to the fucking practice
Dude's
squad.
from Loveland.
Yeah, that's why
Shut
they
up.
signed him. But
Yeah.
the whole point is, Joe Burrow's our quarterback. He's out.
We're fucked.
We're not going anywhere with AJ McCarron
No.
or Browning. We're not going anywhere. Okay, our offensive line is the worst in the league right now. I'm still a Bengal fan. I'm still diehard, but I'm not going to say stupid shit like AJ McCarron's going to take us to the fucking promised land when Burrow lost a few games. You're idiots.
Yeah, you're idiots. And like I said, I'd rather lose every game the rest of the year than win like 3 or 4 games and end up getting a pick 16. You know what I mean? Like, we may as well get a top 10 pick at this point.
I agree.
All right, we could use that Brock Bowers. He would be fucking
love it.
gigantic on the Bengals. Higgins is gone probably. We could use another wide receiver. And even
Get
if
rid
it's
of
not,
Irv Smith.
even if it's not the first round, early second round wide receiver is where we got Higgins. So I mean,
Yeah.
that right around that range is great for wide receivers. All right, we could use we're gonna need a right tackle. All right, Williams is a free agent, and he's actually not played bad this year. So unfortunately, his price is going to go up. So you want to overpay for Jonah Williams, or do
No.
you want to get a solid rookie in the top 10? You know what I mean? So we could use
His
something
contract's
like that.
over this year.
Yes, he's done after this year.
Bengals might pay him.
And honestly, he's the best right tackle on the board. So, as far as free agents, the weak free agency class this year,
Yeah.
and he might be the best right tackle, which means someone's going to overpay for him. You don't want to fucking overpay for Jonah Williams.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And honestly, he's probably still trying to be a left tackle somewhere in the league. So I wouldn't be surprised if someone takes a chance that he's decent at that again, even though he sucked at it.
Yeah.
But either way, I want a low top 10 pick, or somewhere in there. I don't want to win any more games. Let's throw away the fucking season. And either way, even if I wanted to win every fucking game the rest of the year, AJ McCarron isn't the fucking answer. You'd be better off trying to get Phil Rivers to come back.
We don't have an
something.
easy schedule. I mean, it would be they'd be tough games with Burrow in there.
I'd rather have Joe fucking Flacco than I would AJ McCarron. Give me a break. Come on.
Yeah.
Fucking idiots.
All right. Fuck Kiara.
Yeah, Kiara. Whoever the fuck you are.
Here's Kiara. Let me just tell you how fucking...
Work at a Shell station in the West Side.
Uber customer.
Okay.
I pick her up.
Cunt.
In fucking Madisonville or something like that.
Yeah.
She's going to Children's Hospital.
Okay.
She gets in the car. She's got a baby.
Yeah, dude, I'm still I do this. Go on.
Well, she has a toddler.
Okay. Yeah.
But it was still in a seat.
I got you. Oh, at least she had a seat.
Yeah, she had a seat. Mm-hmm. My guess is pushing 2 years old. Small kid, but toddler. Because I could tell because she was talking to him and he was talking back. So he starts to get fussy along the ride. And she's trying, it's okay, baby, it's okay.
Yeah.
She's trying to get past fire. He doesn't want it. I remember that in my fucking front pocket, my son Nathan left one of his action figures there. I said, hey, I'll let the kid play with it. Calm him down. So I pull out this action figure. I said, hey, I keep this in here just in case, there's a fussy baby or a fussy kid, blah, blah, blah. She goes, great. Gives it to the kid. Kid immediately stops crying. He's happy. He's playing with my son's action figure, blah, blah, blah. I just say, just leave it in the back seat, whatever. Cunt stole it.
She stole your action figure?
Stole my fucking action figure.
Yeah, no Power Rangers just gone.
As soon as I dropped him off at the fucking hospital, I looked back there. And I'm looking on the seat. I'm looking on the floor. That fucking cunt stole my fucking action figure. I was providing a service.
A service.
Her son stopped crying.
Yeah.
He wasn't fussy anymore. She had a nice relaxing ride to the fucking hospital. Put the action figure back.
Maybe you don't want that action figure. Why are they going to the hospital? Maybe
no.
she knew that her kid had some kind of communicable disease.
No, they said they said they were going to visit somebody.
Yeah, someone. I don't
Not
know.
him.
Yeah, I'm making up.
But the whole point is, I gave you something to calm your fucking kid down, and you stole it.
Yeah.
That cunt got one fucking star.
One star?
Would you ever drive her again? Fuck no, I'd never drive her again. She stole my fucking action figure.
Did you write that?
I didn't write that, but when it says, will you ever drive them again? Fuck no.
Uber don't do that. Lyft does, though.
Cunt stole
Hey, what do you
my
do
action
there
figure.
as far as that's concerned? When and this happens to me every so often as an Uber driver, you show up and there's a kid that should obviously be in a car seat and they don't have a car seat.
I hate that.
I hate it, but I also never tell them no.
I don't either.
I just get in, let them get in the car, and...
But the question is, if you get in a wreck and that baby
it's
gets
totally
hurt,
my fault.
It's on you.
It's on me. And if a cop pulls us over, I get the ticket. You know what I mean? So it's really fucking dumb, but I never like telling people with kids no because I'm always in my back of my head thinking like, oh, they're fucked if I don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I do
guess
that too.
The next Uber driver would probably be just like me and maybe pick them up, but I don't. And usually I don't care. Like there was a Spanish family that did it the other day. They were fine. The kids stayed calm or whatever. This one the other day, I pick up this woman and this kid, and they a real shitty fucking area, and she's dragging her fucking kid across the road for one thing and just screaming at it the whole time. So already I'm like, ugh.
And they're getting in your car.
Yeah, and they're getting in my car. It's like, ugh. This lady looks like she just woke up. It just looks trashy. Like, poor kid was a kid, whatever, whining. Then she sits in the car, never buckles the fucking. Now, this is only like a 1.5 mile ride. So I'm like, just get through it. You know what I mean? Just
she didn't put a seatbelt on
She never
him.
put the fucking seatbelt on the kid, and the kid's just literally bouncing around the fucking back seat. She just screaming at it instead of fucking doing anything. And I'm just sitting there biting my fucking lip like, half mile. So I fucking get there and get out. And obviously 1 star too. But you fucking cunt. Come on. Take a little response. That's just, it's fucking stupid. You're taking your kid without a car seat, and I'm fucking stupid for taking you.
Yeah.
But at least fucking buckle the little twat in.
I think a hooker
I just
tried
don't
to get
feel
in my
like
car.
starting a fight with someone in my car either. You know what I mean? I just want to get rid of them.
Yeah.
If it was like a
I'm
long
with
ride,
you.
I might do it. But I could just tell this lady as soon as I said something, I wasn't going to get the reaction that that was going to be any kind of like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
It wasn't going to be that. So it's just
It
not
should have
fucking
been one
worth
of your cancel and fucking leaves.
And I do that sometimes. Again, I have a fucking problem with kids, though. I can't just
Yeah, I
leave
know.
a kid at the side of the road.
Waiting
Regardless,
for
it's not
another
their
one, yeah.
fault. Their fucking parent sucks.
I think I had a hooker try to get in my car the other day. True story.
What do you mean just try?
Well, no.
She didn't have a ride?
I got a call. It
Yeah.
was one of my rare night trips because I never take night trips. Well, I got off work and I turned it on, and I always turn it on to get a ride on my way home.
Yeah, of course.
Well, I got a call, and it was on McMicken.
Mm-hmm.
Real scummy area.
No,
but I'm
McMicken used to be crack and hooker central. It still is a little. It's not as bad as it used to be, but there's still definitely parts.
Well, I'm driving up McMicken, and the little arrow tells you, hey, they're right there. You can even see a little person on the map, you know. So I drive up to that fucking area, and I'm looking around, and it's dark, and it's the kind of neighborhood where there's like 20 people hanging out on each corner. You know what I mean? And I'm sitting there going, I got to get the fuck out of here, you know?
Yeah, it does get a little nerve-wracking at that
It
point
does.
because they think you're a cop, I think, every time.
Always. And at 1 o'clock in the fucking morning, not a good place to be.
That's why I kind of make myself visual where I'll turn on the cop's not going to turn on their hazard lights. You know what I mean? I'll turn on the hazard lights as I park there, maybe turn my music up a little bit loud.
Yeah.
You know, like just try to make myself seem not coppish as possible. Like, oh, this is obviously an Uber driver.
Yeah.
But and I've never been bothered, but there's definitely been those moments where I'm like,
where you
fuck.
think you were.
Yeah,
so
like,
what happened is I pull up the fucking thing, and I'm right where it says the guy is.
Mhm.
He's right there. And I look on the right, and there's a bunch of people standing in front of this building. So I was like, it's got to be him. He's got to be one of them.
Yeah.
So I pull up, and all these fucking dudes are staring at me. And all of a sudden, this girl walks up to the car and starts trying to open my handle.
Yeah.
And I rolled the window down. I said, Jesse?
Yeah.
Who? I'm like, Jesse, you called for a Lyft ride? I said, where are you going? She goes, no, I'll tell you when I get in. And I'm like, all of a sudden I see this guy crossing the street waving at me. I'm like, fuck, this isn't her. This isn't him.
It's literally
It's
hooker.
a fucking dude. So I'm like, I got to go. Let go of the car. I got to go. And I fucking hauled ass up to this guy.
Yeah.
And I said, dude, that was a hooker trying to get my fucking car.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, sorry, man. I was still inside. He lived in a fucking apartment that you couldn't even tell was an apartment. It was an old building.
Yeah.
And he just ran out. But when I swear to God, when I said Jesse, she went, yeah, I'll come in. I'll tell you where I'm going. I almost opened the door.
Yeah. That's a weird area right now because there's like, a couple cracky houses and then a bunch of people on the corner selling drugs or just hanging out. Who knows? But a lot of times selling drugs. That obviously a hooker. Those guys were probably watching over her. One of those was probably the pimp, everything else. But then you'll have 30-year-old white couple that just moved in right there because they're gentrifying the area.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then they're like, yeah, those guys are always there. And you wonder how often those people get fucked with.
But
me. They stay there. So
it kind of
must not
scared
be
me.
that
I was
bad.
sitting there thinking, when I pulled in there and I saw, all these people standing in front of these buildings, and I'm like, this isn't where I'm supposed to be. You know what I'm not welcome here. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you are as long as you're there to buy crack or hookers,
right.
or
But
heroin.
to be sitting in a car,
they don't want you just
eyeballing
sitting there
everybody.
looking at people. Yeah,
That's what I was doing because
Yeah.
I was waiting for the guy to go, oh, yeah,
believe
that's
me, dude. As a driver, I've been there a bunch of times,
And
it
that's
is-
one reason why I don't do nights
Yeah.
anymore, man.
Well, that's one reason why. I'm not even in the city though. It don't bother me. I don't know why. I just feel like the city is so busy that they're used to seeing cars all the time. It's different when I'm going to Winton Terrace
or McMicken.
or even McMicken don't bother me that much because I still consider that the city. I don't know. I used to live pretty close to there, so it just doesn't bother me as much. Maybe just because I'm used to it. But where places I'm not used to, like I said, some of the neighborhoods on the west side and shit, where they don't have a lot of traffic like me through there. So when you're there, you're just like, ooh.
It was a weird call period. I picked the dude up. I'm pretty sure he was gay. But I said,
oh, dude, we got to get out of here. I don't like gay people.
You can kindly fuck off now. Please subscribe and share. Well, you can kindly fuck off now. Subscribe and share. Fuck off. Fuck off.